Kalalal, Yahweh Shai, the man as the apostle of James Great Millstone, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Raka Kodash, Barakatam. This is Ashar from James Vigilant, and we're going to read some few scripture, and in the breakdown that I'm going to bring out, it's going to teach of how people can be put in slavery. Alright, so let's start off with some precept. This is Proverbs 22 verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. Alright. Deuteronomy 28 verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Alright, so yeah. So that we wanna get into is how Jamaica is now $130 something to $1. Right? Because soon and pretty soon Jamaica is going to be a slave. Not mental slavery as Bob Marley said, but physical slave, because as I read before, the borrower is a servant to the lender. Right? IMF lends Jamaica money, and therefore Jamaica have to do everything that IMF says. Right? That's also one of the reasons why the dollar keeps sliding to the US dollar. Right? Because the IMF dictate how Jamaica should use the money that they have got or they have gotten. Right? So in no way they're going to show them how to get growth. Right? It's also in the plan to deceive the people that there is going to be growth. There ain't no growth going to be in Jamaica. Right? So they say government unfazed as Jamaica dollar slide past 130. They say the government appear unperturbed by the recent slide in the value of Jamaica dollar. Look up that word really quick. Unperturbed, not perturbed or concerned. Right? So them turn a blind eye to it. Right? It says saying exchange rate movement is either direct or normal. L. Williams, minister without profile in the Ministry of Finance, said recent large transaction create more demand for US dollar in the market, but she expects that once these transactions are completed, the rate will go back to normal. Right? How it's going to go back to normal if we don't have any GDP? Right? GDP is basically the profit um, Jamaica make, and Jamaica is not making any profit, yo. So what is going to give back the dollar strength? Right? Nothing can give back the dollar strength if Jamaica not producing any GDP. So the central bank has also advised Jamaicans not to panic due to the movement of the dollar in the wake of severe inflation. The Jamaican dollar started to slide against the US currency about a week ago after trading steadily for more than 8 months. Yeah, because what? Them rigged the count. Right? Recently on the radio, all I can hear is Jamaica need to devaluate them currency. Need to add more inflation. Right? That's all I've been hearing. So where is the growth of Jamaica? Jamaica ain't getting no growth, yo. Jamaica is going right into slavery. Right? Because what do you think is going to happen? Food is going to get sold there. It's going to be like in Venezuela. And then from the step of Venezuela, right, people are going to beg for food. Right, and ESA have just a solution for your people. Right? So let's get in some of those precepts. Alright, so this is Nehemiah 5, verse 1. And there was a great cry of the people and their wives against their brethren, the Jews, for there were that said, we, our sons and our daughters are many, therefore we take corn for them, that we may eat and live. Some also there were that said, we have mortgaged our land, vineyard and houses, that we may buy corn because dirt. Right? Mortgage. To pledge exchange. Right? Undertake. Right? So because of the dirt, famine, hunger, right? There we also that said, we have borrowed money for the king's tribute, and that upon our lands and vineyard. Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, our children as their children, and lo, we bring into bondage our son and our daughter to be servants, and some of our daughters are brought unto bondage already. Neither is it in our power to redeem them, for other men of our lands and vineyard. Right, so this is what happened in a drastic famine. Right? Are the men with the power by up all the good, by up all slack. The men who control the food use that food and buy up everything. right? Buy up your land, buy you as a slave. Yeah, and it's not far-fetched, right? Jamaica, Jamaica is highly dependent on other countries, right? Um, which started by the WTO, right? The World Trade Organization, because those are the one, right? Linking with IMF that say, oh, we have to import other goods, right? And the Chinese give us a run for our money, right? Because Chinese, the cheap labor, right? Plus the GMO foods, right? So them can sell their goods at a cheaper price, so therefore our farmers lose. So because of the loss our farmers had to face, there the there was a decrease in farming, right? So farming in Jamaica now can't even sustain Jamaica, right? So it's easy for a famine to hit Jamaica, right? Perfect example, hurricane season. The supermarkets are empty, right? And the if the person in charge of the food or the corn decide not to give corn, what you think is going to happen, right? You people are going to die. Next account. Mm, same corn. But in Genesis. Right, I think it's verse 41. So, verse 55. Deuteronomy 41. Yeah, but Deuteronomy, it's like Genesis 41, verse 55. And when all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, Go unto Joseph, what he said unto you, do. And the famine was over all the face of the earth, and Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptian, and the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt. All the countries came into Egypt to Joseph for to buy corn, because the famine was sore in all the land. Right, so the famine, yes. Let me get to the exact point I want. Give me a second. Right? So this is Genesis 47 verse 15. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Pharaoh and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in the presence of the in thy presence? For the money failed. Right? So yes, there is going to be these fiat currency just blowing in the wind in the time to come, right? Because money ain't going to have any value when you want food, yo. You say, and Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fail. And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for flocks, and for cattle, for herd, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for the year. Right, so even go down. Right, verse 19 it say, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land, by us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servant unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. Right, so that's how far it will go, right? You put yourself into slavery, and that's what's going to happen to Jamaica, because Jamaica don't have any growth, as I said, right? So you're going to beg Esau to put you in slavery, right? Right, this is Revelation 13 verse 14, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right, so yeah, that's where this man is going to implement his RFID chip, right? You say, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Right, so that's the RFID chip, yo, where you make your transactions, your food, and them thing there, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark, the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you can't buy or sell without that, right? So you're going to feed yourself, right? Esau is going to use this famine, this created famine, to draw in a lot of you people that don't believe in the scriptures, right? That love your belly too much, right? And then you're going to be shamed at the end, because you basically sell yourself to the devil. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. Right? Kaisa is stigma, and stigma means a mark pricked in or brand upon the body. The Asian Oriental usage slaves and soldier bore the name of the stamp of their master or commander. Right? So that's going to happen. You're going to be Esau's perfect slave. Right? But I hope you look out there is edified, right? Because yeah, you need to wake up here because this man is ready to go all out. But there's nothing can happen without the will of the Heavenly Father, because the Heavenly Father says when this man is about to fill his belly, right? He's going to get his table is going to knock over. He's going to get destroyed and plunder you. So with that, I hope your brothers will edify. Shalom.